This is 90.3 The Rock WUTK FM, and we are very happy to have you folks listening out there in the radio world and also tuning into us on UTTV The Rock Unplugged. You can check that out every Thursday, Saturday, Sunday night on Channel 194 on the Comcast digital package in Knoxville, Channel 65 on campus. Again, my name is Benny Smith. Glad to be here as your host, as it's always a lot of fun when we have live musicians performing in the studio here at 90.3 The Rock, and that's what we've got today with an outfit from West by God, Virginia, who's back here in Knoxville, and that's the Fox Hunt Fellers. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. It's always great to have you guys in town. We've been lucky enough here in Knoxville lately that you all have been coming through town a good little bit. Step up and introduce everybody who's going to be performing today.
I'll do a little bit of talking.
All right, man.
This first song's coming from Matt Klein. He wrote the words, and we worked on the music from it. The band consists of myself, Ben Townsend, Matt Klein, Matt Metz, and John Miller. All right. And we're going to play a little something that showcases just about every one of us here today.
Thank you so much for coming by. It's always fun when you guys come into town.
I'm in love with one, but she's in love with two. I guess there ain't much fun in staying true. Trouble-making woman's gonna mess me all around. There ain't too much that you can do when you love someone that don't love you. Trouble-making woman's only gonna let you down. She's got gorgeous eyes and a pretty voice. Wouldn't have fell if I had my choice. She's broken the hearts of lots of boys, a lot stronger than me. There was a lot to her I didn't see. Lots of terrible things I didn't want to believe. Soon I became history, like the boy she left for me. I'm in love with one, but she's in love with two. I guess there ain't much fun in staying true. Trouble-making woman's gonna mess me all around. There ain't too much that you can do when you love someone that don't love you. Trouble-making woman's only gonna let you down. Some rappers with hair ties on my floor, but I got no cause to clean up no more. Still dream at night of her knock on my door, though I know she won't be back. And it still smells good on her side of my bed. My ears still burn from the words she said. I bet that other boy's gonna wish he was dead. That girl's evil and that's a fact. Well, I'm in love with one, but she's in love with two. I guess there ain't much fun in staying true. Trouble-making woman's gonna mess me all around. There ain't too much that you can do when you love someone that don't love you. Trouble-making woman's only gonna let you down. Yeah, that trouble-making woman's only gonna let you down.
See what I mean? That's the Fox Hunt right there on 90.3 The Rock, live in studio. And again, on UTTV The Rock Unplugged. Great stuff, fellas. Fellas, you've got a lot going on. Catch us up a little bit with the Fox Hunt. Let us know what you've been doing up there in West Virginia with your music.
Well, I guess as far as marketing and promotions and stuff go, we haven't done a very good job with ourselves the past year. We recorded one CD and went back to record a few more tracks to go with it, and it's taken all of about a year and a half to put together.
Yeah.
And it's all traditional old-time music, mostly of West Virginia and Kentucky.
Cool.
And we'll play a tune from that here, and I guess the song after this. But we've also been working, before we released that, recorded our third CD, which is all original music written by all the band.
Yeah.
And we'll have 12 or 14 cuts on that we've recorded, and we're going to put that one out. We self-do everything. You know, we've put out everything on a record label called Skull City Records in West Virginia. That's us.
Yeah.
But some friends up in Brooklyn at the Colonel Records are picking up our third album for a vinyl release. So we'll have that on vinyl, and another group of friends up in Brooklyn is putting out a 7-inch of ours.
Cool.
And so this song will be on that 7-inch. We have 4 songs on it, 1 traditional and 3 original.
Very cool. Great idea with the 7-inch. Of course, that definitely pulls at the heartstrings of college radio. As I said, we have our record players, which for those of you out there in the digital age, it's a machine that actually plays vinyl records with a needle. We still have ours hooked up, so that's great. Was it the folks at Brooklyn's ideas that some of you both came together and thought, this would be a cool concept?
Well, I do most of the recording,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really interested in the way that the old recordings went, and we do everything pretty much live to tape. I have a half-inch 8-track machine, and all the records will be all analog. They'll never hit a computer at all.
Right, good.
So the most recent CD, we did digital and analog. So the CD will be a mix of a digital recording,
Yeah.
and the record will be straight from tape. And we
Great.
found a guy to do tape mastering and cut the lacquers and everything. So
Great. So you're getting that good, warm analog feel to it, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's a sound that just, I still think you can't achieve that with a lot of digital recording, and I think digital lets you do a lot of things that you might not ought to do in the first place. You know,
Yeah,
it gives you
yeah.
a lot of time to fool with things that if you'd have just learned to play it right, you'd have had it right the first time.
Well, and especially with the format you guys play in, you know, with acoustic instruments, and which I think sounds as good as anything, just around one mic. And you want to get that live feel. You want to get that warm feel to it with a little bit of punch to it. And I would think that sounds like you guys are definitely making the right approach to that and
Thank you.
making that happen. So you got 2 CDs in the works and a 7-inch vinyl, but
Yep.
also one of those CDs could see the light of day as a vinyl album. Is that
It
right?
will, yes.
Wow.
The third
cool.
one will be all vinyl.
What's this
LP.
Brooklyn bluegrass connection, man?
Well, it's
What's
not
that?
bluegrass. There's a band up there we play with called The Weight that, I don't know, I guess the best way I could describe them is kind of like the Rolling Stones 2.0. They're just kind of
cool.
like a straight-up bar band. They got a pedal steel and 2 guitars, you know, big band, keyboard player now they just added, and they write real good songs, and we've been having a lot of fun playing with them. Joseph Plunkett, the lead in that band, is from Georgia, came from Georgia, and John
Cool.
actually knew about them and turned us on to them. And they came down one night, and I have a house in Martinsburg, and
Yeah.
they played and ended up staying at the house, and we played music, you know, till the sun came up. And
Oh, yeah.
I think that kind of made an impression on them, and it
I'm
made
sure
an
it
impression
did.
on us. So we
Yeah.
had a real good time. And,
Well, and it's always a nice excuse to have to go to New York City, isn't it?
oh, yeah, we enjoyed being up there.
Absolutely, man. Very, very cool. We've got the Fox Hunt live in studio. Why don't I take a pause here for the calls? Let you guys, you stringed up, you're in tune, and tear into another one. What you going to do?
This is a tune of mine I wrote. I kind of fell in love with this girl right after we got back from tour from Seattle. And that lasted all of about 6 days, and I got this song out of it. So.
Well, at least you got the song out of it. That
Yeah.
is so cool. The Fox Hunt live on 94.3 The Rock and on UTTV The Rock Unplugged. Let it rip.
You said goodbye. I wasn't worth another try. And for all the things I'd done, you weren't coming back. You were hell-bent on leaving. I know you must have had your reasons. You left me nothing but a broken heart and this old 6-pack. So all alone by the phone, just waiting on you to come home. To ease my pain, I turned my tears into a drinking game. For every tear I cried, I raised a bottle to the sky. To each memory of you I drink around. I pour myself a shot between each. She loves me now. He's in my pain, turning my tears into the drinking game. Take it, boys. Who would have ever known, following you home after an all-night spree would have ever turned out wrong? If I could have left this bar stool quicker without these last few shots of liquor, I'd be home with you instead of here writing you this song. Darling, I'll be different, I can change, but tonight I'll stay the same. Easing my pain, turning my tears into a drinking game. For every tear I cried, I raised a bottle to the sky. turning my tears into a drinking game.
Fellas, you guys been through town a little bit, played World Grotto here recently as well, but did you say you had a gig with Lana Fugit last night? Or
we did, yeah. We played at the World Grotto last night, and that was the first time we got the chance to meet her.
What's she all about? What's that? I've heard good things.
Well, I guess I'm not real good at describing that style that she plays. You know, it's kind of, I guess singer-songwriter is a word I'd use, and I may be wrong. I mean, I kind of, it's not something I know a whole lot about, but she's got a real neat guitar style. She's from Louisville.
Okay.
And she's got a great voice. She's really interesting songs and kind of plays like a real percussive guitar style that I've never seen anything like.
Right,
so
very
I
cool.
really was enjoying that. What, you guys have any?
Just show up tonight and you can hear what she's all
yeah,
about.
you
There.
got to hear it. I don't want
Go.
to sell her short by saying singer-songwriter because she might not go by that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you guys are from, I guess, really what's the northeastern tip, basically, West Virginia?
The Eastern Panhandle.
I mean, there's West Virginia. There's definitely old time music and bluegrass and all, but that area seems to be overrun with people who I guess maybe during the day work in D.C. or Baltimore. It seems like y'all getting a lot of those folks.
We are right smack dab in the middle of that, yeah.
What, I mean, do they dig what you guys do?
A lot of them do. We draw a real good crowd back home, and we've made a bunch of good friends over the past couple of years that come real consistent. And it's just kind of turned into an experience more than music. You know, we have friends that come, and we just get to hang out with all of them, and we'll play a couple sets, but we enjoy visiting just as much as anything.
Well, that's very cool because I know a lot of those folks probably aren't from around there and move into D.C. Maybe every 4 or 8 years, maybe, but come into D.C. from other parts of the country, if you will, and some of them probably are hearing the music up close and personal live for the first time in their life, and it's such a great contagious music. I'm sure you probably got some jaws dropping and some newbies up there going, wow, this stuff's pretty cool.
We go up pretty periodically. Our train is the last stop on the line to get. It's a 2-hour drive, or it might be about an hour and a half we do, and we go up and busk pretty often. We play in the streets up there.
Yeah.
When it's warm, you know, we'll go play 3 or 4 days a week. And we have a few spots, you know, around kind of outside the city and then down in D.C. And we've really made a lot of friends and fans and a little bit of money doing that, you know.
Very cool.
And it keeps us tight, playing 4 hours a day or something like that.
Oh, I bet. Well, I think that town's about to change a little bit here come January, I think, up there in the D.C. area. So I'm sure there's going to be even a lot more folks enjoy what you do up there and there in your hometown as well. But I know, like I said, I've read it. There's just definitely that area is just getting an influx of those folks who I guess will drive in or one way take a train or whatever into work in the D.C. and even Baltimore area. So, but we are so happy to have you guys back here in Knoxville again. Why don't you do us another one, man? Then we'll come back and ask you a few more, and we'll get one more out of you. What you going to do?
We're going to do, this is medley of 2 tunes that we play. The first one's called The Joke on the Puppy, and the second one's called The Charleston Girls.
All right.
And this is one we're going to put on that traditional album we're calling America's Working, so we don't have to.
Great stuff. Fox Hunt on the Rock.